Are you curious about what happened to the story of Chechnya of Anthony Marra? Let me give you a small background about Anthony Marra. Anthony Marra grew up in Washington, D.C. and lived and studied in Russia. He had his first novel, that is, A Constellation of Vital Phenomena, was based on the short story Chechnya. His story, Chechnya, won first place in Narrative Magazine's Spring 2009 Story Contest and received both a Pushcart Prize and Narrative Prize in 2010. Here is a picture of Caucasus before, separating the Greater Caucasus Mountains and the Lesser Caucasus Mountains. One of the background history in Chechen wars is that on 1990 is when the Cold War ended, when the Soviet Union turned into Russia. After Natasha died, Sonia wakes up on a cot in the trauma unit. She sleeps there intentionally in anticipation of the next critical patient. A minute later, in the hallway, the man introduces himself, named Ahmed. He speaks Russian without an accent, but by that time, Sonia feels more comfortable conversing in a Chechen. The request Sonia got is not normal request because despite of their situation and their current war, where the hospitals receives humanitarian aid, has food and clean water, most important, it tends to the injured regardless of ethnicity or military affiliation, making the hospital one of the few larger buildings left untargeted by either side in the war. Newly injured arrive each day, too many to care for. After Sonia and Ahmed talked to each other, Ahmed said that he will work hard and for his daughter Hava, and then Sonia suddenly accepted the girl. Then suddenly on the story, there's a throwback when Sonia meets Natasha. On that particular time, when Natasha is still alive, Sonia missed Natasha, giving her a hug longer than Sonia thought necessary. They ate dinner before the sun went down. Potatoes boiled over the furnace. The army had cut the electricity lines for 4 years earlier. They had never been repaired. Then Sonia showed her sister to the spare room by candlelight, gestured to the bed. This is the place to sleep, Natasha. They spent the week in a state of heightened civility, no prying questions. All talk was small. Going back to the present time when Ahmed get back to Sonia, Sonia trips Ahmed to the WHO hospital. She shows him the cardiology, internal medicine, and endocrinology wards. A layer of dust covers the floor, their footprints leaving a trail. Sonia thinks of the moon landing, how she saw the footage for the first time when she arrived in London. And then suddenly Ahmed noticed that there are a lot of missing equipments and things. Where's everything? Ahmed asks. Beds, sheets, hypodermics, disposable gowns, surgical tape, film dressing, thermometers, 4 bags, forceps, any item of practical medical use is gone. Empty cabinets, open drawers, locked rooms, closed blinds, tape over window panes, the stellar air remained. Trauma and maternity wards, and we're struggling to keep them both open. That's what Sonia said. The message and moral lessons of the story. It is simply saying that despite of the war or any challenges we are facing, we shouldn't give up. Just like what Sonia is going through despite of the loss of her sister, she continues to live. Another message and lesson we can get from the story is the decision making. As what Sonia decided, whether she will accept Hava or not, considering things that might occur. It is important for us to think critically before acting or decision making. Also, being responsible on things is also one of the most moral lessons you can get from the story. Being responsible will lead you to a better things in the future. Lastly, before this video ends, I just want to remind all of you that according to Theodore Roosevelt, in any moment of decision, the best thing you can do is the right thing. The worst thing you can do is nothing.